Wow. Enter the Dragon 1973 review. This runs an extremely high chance of being an absolutely pointless and unnecessary video. Not because the film isn't great or worth talking about, but you already know all the talking points, right? All the critical successes, all the stylistic strokes of genius in this film. I mean, you already know that it's Bruce Lee's last completed film, and that alone adds an extremely incredible amount of weight to this picture. You also probably know that the film rises to that challenge, transcends it even. You know that Bruce Lee himself choreographed every fight scene in this film remarkably well, and that the fight scenes in this film is completely transcendental. You know that this film influenced countless things from Mortal Kombat to Hong Kong martial arts films to basically every single hand-to-hand combat film that followed. You know all of these things. You know that Jim Kelly was a remarkable breakout star in this and ended up leading quite a fruitful blaxploitation career. You also know that John Saxon was absolutely surprising as a true martial artist in this film. You know Bruce Lee's facial expressions that defined and continue to define generations of martial artists. You know that Jackie Chan appears in this film. 19-year-old Jackie Chan appears in this film to get his neck snapped by Bruce Lee. You know Bruce Lee is an incredible star power. That he has the ability to look incredibly bored and incredibly inside that moment. Inside that cinematic moment. Enough to define it. Enough to transcend it. And if it sounds like I'm saying the word transcend a lot, that's because that is the most fitting descriptive word to describe this film. Everything about it is transcendental, and everything about it is amazing. Everything about it is action film perfection. But you know all of that. What about something that you don't know? What about something that only I can tell you? Otherwise, what is my value here on this platform? Because you know all of those things. You know that it makes some sort of thematic statement about post-colonial Asia after World War II. You know that there are deep philosophical ideas and notions of abandonment of self, of disassociation, going into Bruce Lee's entire fighting ethos. You know all of these things, but what don't you know? You don't know the way that my girlfriend grabbed my hand super hard last night when we were watching it and just couldn't stop giggling and couldn't stop being just openly and positively elated and thrilled. You don't know how Bruce Lee won her heart with a single Mickey Mouse thing. You don't know how during that mirror room finale, my girlfriend was just stunned by the brilliance of the cinematography, by the absolute hyperkinetic poetry of the choreography, of the visuals. Orson Welles couldn't even film a funhouse mirror scene that well, and he did that in Lady from Shanghai in '47. This is better than Orson Welles. Orson Welles, oh my god, take that, eat your heart out. Look at that mirror room scene and tell me that it's one of the best filmed scenes in the history of cinema. They make it look so fucking great. So fucking cool. So fucking timeless. And you don't know how transformative that film still is. You don't know how my girlfriend had never even seen a Bruce Lee film, and I don't believe she's ever seen a truly Chinese martial arts film before either. And you don't know how much she adored it. You don't know how just sitting there on a Saturday afternoon watching Enter the Dragon strengthened our relationship. You don't know the transformative uniqueness behind specific films. Sure, you know all of the fight scenes, you know how great they are, you know the legend of this film. But you don't know the legend that it is bestowed on me. You don't know why I think it is legendary. And I'll tell you why right now. Because it is not just transcendental, not just transformative. It's irreplaceable. And it continues to strengthen the bond between people on account of this thing called cinema. It continues to blindly entertain. It continues to rise up to every challenge, to face every opponent, no matter how cynical the opponent or viewer may seem. And it has the ability to knock them out in one kick. It has the ability to make my fiancé and I lose track of time and just really enjoy media, just really enjoy film, just really enjoy each other's company. And there are a lot of things that I don't know about Enter the Dragon. I don't know how it made you feel. I don't know if you have a sort of unique bond with a film. Because now, whenever someone will talk about Enter the Dragon, of course, the brilliant, dynamic fight scenes will come to mind, the hyperkinetic, raw energy, and the true pathos, the true emotional combat will immediately come to mind, and my cinematic, action junkie, cinephile heart will swoon. But what will come to mind in a much more visceral way, in a much more reflective way, and I think in a much more amplified way, is subjectively exactly how that movie made me feel emotionally. And my own experiential takeaway from the film is a highly personal one, a hyper-personal one. And that's what film is supposed to be. That's what film reviews should express as well. Because there's no point being objective or, oh my god, hyper-verbose and silly logical about Enter the Dragon, because we all know why it's great. We all know. Trust me, decades upon decades of films paying homage and tributes to this one has proven that. We know its legacy, and it's earned it completely. But what most people don't know is how this film can still transform the viewers who watch it and make them happy. This film is extremely special for me now. I've always loved it. Of course, it inspired me as a, like a fucking 4-year-old in my room going, wah, 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 with my nunchucks and shit, like a loser, but a cool loser. My girlfriend, my fiancé, was sitting on the couch with me, and at the end of the movie, Bruce Lee gives a thumbs up to the screen, and I couldn't help myself, and I went, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just completely lost in the film, and she just giggled at me, laughed at me, kissed me on the cheek. Enter the Dragon. Wow. Thank you, Bruce Lee, for everything you did for world cinema. Thank you, Bruce Lee, for everything you did for action movies. Thank you, Bruce Lee. Thank you, Enter the Dragon. Thank you, Robert Klaus, for just completely entertaining two young kids in Central Florida who are deeply in love with each other and wanted to have a great time together and watch a great film. Thank you. My name is Zachary Conan. I hope you enjoyed this video. And this video isn't meant to negate any sort of like studied academic investigation into the themes, into the structural qualities of Enter the Dragon, because there is a lot of fruit there. That would be a very fruitful experience, but it would be disingenuous of me to kind of embark on that trek. Because for me, Enter the Dragon is a hyper-personal one. I can't remove myself from a review of Enter the Dragon, or else I'd be lying to you. And also, people are far more eloquent than I could ever be. Enter the Dragon? Whoa! Fucking... It's all my heart. It is all my heart. Thank you guys for watching. With that, time.